Hey everyone, welcome back to the weekly astrology and pick a card reading. This is for the week of the 17th of January through to the 23rd of January 2022. So there's actually quite significant change in the astrology this week, so I'm going to talk about that. Then I'm going to do the pick a card section. I'm going to do water, earth, air, fire this week. The timestamps will be under the video. If you'd like to book a reading, my shop right at this moment, right now this morning here on Monday morning in Australia, it's closed right now just temporarily because I have been pretty inundated lately with orders, so I'm just trying to pace myself through everything. I will reopen the store probably this week sometime. I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow. I'm thinking most likely tomorrow at some point. So if you want to book, check my store tomorrow, or you can sign up at the front of my store with your email and you'll get an email notification when I've reopened. All right, so this week some of the big news is like one of the main things is the sun moves into Aquarius, so we go into Aquarius season. So it does create more of a shift of energy from kind of I guess more of the earthy energies into a more intellectual energy and a more sort of open-minded freedom perspective, big picture perspective, and a bit of a lighter energy in some way. Though that said, the sun is in detriment in Aquarius, so it will highlight issues in the collective to do with freedom, people power, what's going on in the world in the big picture sense, the collective consciousness. And also it can bring an element of some kind of detachment as well, so just be aware of that. You can feel a bit more detached from your emotions. You can feel more inclined towards intellectual pursuits, studies, lofty ideas, thinking about things as sort of really outside the box, more Aquarian themes. Can also highlight things to do with technology. And this week we still have Mercury retrograde going on as well, so that can be a bit of a thing because the sun is catching up to be conjunct with Aquarius Mercury retrograde. So not just yet, but soon. But the big stuff really is the full moon in Cancer on the 16th and the North Node shifting signs. The North Node and the South Node axis shifting signs is really the most significant thing that's kicking off this week, that goes all of this year into even into 2023. So I did mention this briefly in my 2022 year ahead reading, but I'll just mention a little bit about it since it's happening this week. This happens on the 19th, so in a couple of days. North Node into Taurus and South Node into Scorpio is going to highlight those fixed energy themes. And South Node Scorpio is kind of letting go of anything that on a personal level is toxic for you, okay, and that it has a darker element to it, or sort of an aspect to it that maybe you had an attachment to something, but it's not good for you, and it's not good for you, and you're trying to let go of it. Also look to see if your chart, where do you have Scorpio? What house do you have Scorpio in your natal chart, and what house is Taurus in? And then you can sort of look at, okay, so the South Node shows where energy is kind of draining out of things. Now, on the same token, it can actually be good karma coming back to you as well. So sometimes the South Node is where you need to let go, and other times you're just going to notice that there's good karma coming back to you from things that you've done that are positive, that are your karmic rewards. So it can be both of those things. Now, it can seem confusing when I say that, but you've got to look at it like this, where it's like, what you need to let go of is something that intuitively you have to let go of. What you're reaping the karma that's positive in your life, it's just going to happen naturally. You don't have to force it, okay? So that's why the South Node energy is it's still a surrender energy. Even though you're going to be reaping positive benefits, it's not something that is going to come from chasing it right now in this present moment. It's already from the past, hence the South Node is connected to the past. So there's that. The North Node, and also the South Node in Scorpio in the collective for this whole year, it's really about those things that are of manipulation, of extreme darkness, of extreme negativity, to do with control, manipulation, power struggles. I'm not saying those things are not going to exist anymore, but they're definitely going to come to light in a new way, that it's really shining the truth on things on a whole other level. So that's going to be probably difficult, I think, for some people, because the Scorpionic energy is not an easy energy to deal with. It does sort of highlight traumatic themes and darker themes. So But in a way, it's the karma is revealing itself, the negative karma, things that have been suppressed, things that have been hidden, that we wish weren't hidden, that need to come out in order to be healed. Well, that's what's going to be happening this year. There's a lot more to it, which I won't go into, but that's kind of like what I just want to mention today, since the nodes are changing signs. Now, what's the North Node in Taurus? The North Node is in this sort of invigoration into the physical energy, and a focus on sovereignty and integrity, and what has value, you know, like what really has value to you in your personal life, and letting go of the things that maybe you had an addiction to, or you know, that was negative, it was causing you negative emotions, negative feelings, fear, or, you know, tapping into that with the South Node, Scorpio, and the North Node, Taurus is like, well, what feels good, but not in an addictive sense, in a negative way, but in a good, uplifting, you know, joyful, happy way, in a way that brings you into the present moment, that, you know, is something that fills you with good feelings in a positive sense, and has a simple truth to it. You know, what has a simple truth to it? What is feels right for you on the level of your feelings, on the level of your body, your instinct. You know, the Taurus energy is feeling things in the body and knowing what feels right, and being in tune with that, and being in tune with your intuition. Also, it's a very stable sign. It's a very reliable energy, Taurus. So it's about what is stable for you, and what is reliable, and what feels centered in truth and value. Okay, so it can be about the material aspects of life, but not just for the sake of it. It's for the stability and the strength that it brings for your life. So big focus on that. There can also be a focus on more so being in the moment, appreciating the simple things this year. So I talk about it this year because it's just going in this week, and it's going to be in for the whole year in the North Node in Taurus. So there's that. As I said, Mercury is still retrograde this week. The full moon in Cancer is a big theme this week. As I said, that happens on the 16th, 17th. So 27 degrees the full moon in Cancer is at. So it opposes Pluto in Capricorn. Makes a wide trine with Neptune. So I feel like there's some kind of healing opportunity here, though there's some kind of power struggle, but this is going to affect you more personally in the difficult sense if you have anything around close to 27 degrees of a cardinal signs being Aries, Cancer, Capricorn, or Libra. So if you have anything around that 27 degree of those signs, this full moon may be a bit emotional, or a bit emotionally trying or difficult for you. So just be aware of that. Cancer is about emotion. It's about tapping into the sensitive feelings, you know, the sensitive feels, and just really being in touch with that. And it can be something to do with the past as well coming up for some people. It can be stuff to do with home, family, you know, belonging, deep feelings, sensitive feelings that you have for another person. Because of the opposition with Pluto, there can be something coming up where there's some kind of issues to do with control or power, the power balance of things. So that can be something that comes up with this as well. But there's a lot of dynamic energy. There's a lot of shifts going on. As I said, we're going to Aquarius season. And Aquarius also, just to sort of touch on that again briefly, is also about friendship and friend groups, and who your friends are, and your tribe, your soul tribe. Connecting with people online when you have similar beliefs. Reading about things, you know, to do with astrology or bigger picture themes, you know, higher level thinking. So yeah, those are main things this week. Okay guys, I'm going to get to the cards now. So let's do the water signs first. I've got the I found this deck again. I lost it for ages, and I love this deck. It's got it's the the Ace of Cups, the Golden Universal Tarot. I couldn't find it for the longest time, but I found it, so I'm really happy about that. I'm also using the Moonology deck this week, and the Enchanted Map Oracle. So those are the cards I'm using. Alright, so for the water signs for Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, let's see what's coming up for the water signs this week. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Ooh, some romantic energy. Oh gosh, 2 cards came out, so you know me, I always take them if there's 2. And this is the Pluto card. So we have water energy with Pluto. Wow. The Judgment card. The Knight of Cups. So there's some kind of romantic energy, some kind of deep sentimental feeling energy. Can be an intense connection with someone. With Pluto, this is something talking about feeling deep feelings for someone, having a deep connection with someone. This is a platonic sort of relationship in some way, or has plutonic themes in it. Doesn't mean it's all plutonic, but yeah, there's something like that. What does that mean? It means it's triggering very deep feelings in you, and this is like a deep connection. Interesting, we have stuck in the mud, which means right now the situation might feel a little bit stuck, okay? But this is, remember, this is for this week, so this is like the energy could feel a little bit stuck this week, but that's okay. It feels like it's temporary is what I'm getting. This is a 6. Interesting, because 2022 also adds up to a 6, which is about responsibilities. Hopefully you can see the cards properly, which this card 4 and 2 is a 6. Responsibilities, the details of daily life, having to tend to what's in front of you. Look at that elephant. It's kind of going very slowly and just like, okay, what's right in front of me right now? Even though there's this sort of energy here to do with this very strong pull towards someone, which feels very real with this. This is sort of saying, well, okay, yes, this is something that's coming to fruition potentially for you, but there are things you need to attend to in the moment right now as well. So maybe the energy is just not moving as quickly as you'd like it to, but there's something of lessons in this test of patience. And for other people, there's some kind of intense energy around a water sign. We have last quarter moon in Sagittarius, practice gratitude. Love the Sagittarius energy that comes through because it gives a feeling of faith and hope and optimism. But it's funny, you know, practicing gratitude, it's saying to you, you know, don't get caught up in the negative. Don't start to be fearful about something not working out in your life that you really want. It's saying be grateful in the moment and let things unfold naturally. So that's pretty positive. I really like that. And let me just see if there's any other messages. There could be for someone watching this, you know, there's someone, this is not for everyone, this is just for a few people. Someone from your past that may be reappearing this week or thinking of getting in touch with you or getting in touch with you, and it stirs up a lot of feelings. It could be that as well. There could be connections with Sagittarius people, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, because we have that card come up, or people that have strong Scorpio, like Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising energy. All right, so that was for, oh, I forgot the, before I pack it away, the Astrology. What does the Astrology say? 4th house, soulmates, and home and families, or Aries, passion and intensity. Venus in Aries is detriment, which is some kind of difficulty with the emotions around love. Also sensitive feelings come up again, like Cancerian energy with the 4th house, which is that full moon in Cancer. So water signs, you're going to feel this full moon in Cancer this week. Definitely, especially the Cancerians, with anything between 24 to 29 degrees, okay? So it is a bit of an emotional week. You could be thinking about somebody that you have a connection to, but you kind of feel like a bit frustrated or something along those lines. For some people, there's someone that you're going to be communicating with potentially this week where there's feelings that are getting stirred up. And something to do with the past and the future as well is coming up here, so pretty intense. All right, let's see what comes up next for the earth signs. So fellow Tauruses like myself and Virgos and Capricorns. Earth signs, what's coming up? 7 of Cups. I'm going to do two tarot cards. Oh, wow, the 10 of Cups. This is beautiful. 10 of Cups is one of the best love cards in the tarot, and so something that, you know, you're kind of thinking of, like your mind is very stimulated, you're dreamy, you're kind of thinking of lots of different sort of possibilities or potentials for relationships here with the 10 of Cups this week. So you might be in a bit of a fantasy land, but it's saying that there is definitely something here with this. There's definitely something that can bring a lot of happiness into your life that has a lot of potential. So for some of you, you know, this is relationship related, definitely, because usually these cards, you know, cups are very much love, romance. But for others, it can be something that you feel very strongly pulled towards, like a decision or making a decision. It could be to do with home and family, like, you know, deciding about having a child, or something about family that's in a positive sense, and your mind is kind of like working overtime with this, with the 7 of Cups here. Let's see what else is coming up this week for the earth signs. Know you are loved, new moon in Libra. Again, a focus on love, relationships, relating, romance. So that's beautiful. It's like you're going through an experience in some way that you feel either really excited about the future to do with love and romance, or you're feeling the love right now. So that's pretty positive. And definitely there's a focus with this full moon on, for the earth signs, like growth in love relationships. Into the unknown. Wow, and another 7. Look at the numbers here. How interesting. So 7 here and 7 here. So for some earth signs, there is some kind of uncertainty around your love life or your family life. You know, if you've got kids or whatever, and you're sort of like thinking, what's coming up for me? I don't really know. Right now it's saying focus on the love around you. Focus on what's beautiful, you know, with Libra energy, where the beauty is in your life, what you can make beautiful, what you can make feel positive and comfortable, and focus your energy on that in a positive way. And things are working themselves out. You know, there is an unknown aspect here because there's something about how things are going to pan out over time in terms of what you're thinking about right now. So there's a bit of a process for something with this Into the Unknown card. It's showing that things are not happening super quickly, but they're definitely happening, and there's definitely something very positive here that's very uplifting for your life. It's beautiful, actually. Cancer energy, the Cancer full moon, how about that? And oh gosh, the moon, like, don't you just love it? That's crazy that just popped up. And 5th house, oh, it's so much romance and children. For some people, this is to do with children, like beautiful energy around kids. If you know someone that's had a baby around you, or you're pregnant yourself, or you know, something about family, children. But there's also very deep emotion here around romantic energy, because the moon in Cancer in the 5th house, that's like ultra romance, ultra deep feelings. And you know, if you're in a relationship and you've had issues with that, this week you might be able to reconnect with someone that, if there was a bit of distance, you can speak to that person and develop or reconnect or re-infuse a relationship with good feelings because of this beautiful sentimental togetherness energy and a deep sort of bonding going on here with this energy. So I really love that. I'm so shocked that the Cancer and the moon came out, because we've got the full moon in Cancer. So you guys are obviously going to feel that. You know, the earth signs, we're going to feel that in a nice way this week with this energy. We might feel a bit emotional. We might feel like, wow, we're having really intense feelings. Could be that, you know. But there is, as I said, this unknown element, this kind of dreamy element as well going on. It could be something about how to fulfill, for some people, what you really want to create for your family life or for your romantic life, you know, something like that, your relationship with the Libra card. Wow, lots going on. Okay, let's see what's next. Air signs. Okay, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What's going on this week? 6 of Swords. That's a good card. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius this week. This one. Oh, wow. Really nice cards for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So this is moving on to smoother, calmer waters in your life. So if there's something that's been difficult, or you felt like, you know, you were stuck in something that was kind of negative recently, this is saying you're moving into smoother waters and you're reconnecting with people where you have a genuine connection. This is kind of more friendship energy with the 3 of Cups. Definitely can be friendship, can be, you know, like-minded souls, like sisterhood energy, or, you know, people that just feel like your soul family. And some people, you know, some of the air signs are moving away from something toxic, because look at the way that card is kind of, you know, I pulled that out. I didn't pull it out like that where it would be facing. It was pulling out, like coming up, facing away from the group. So you may have moved away from a relationship or a group of people or something like that where the energy wasn't right for you. Let's see what else. But you're moving towards this new energy with new people, I feel, or new energies around connection. And this one says, what is this? This is Scorpio. It says, reveal what needs to be seen. Ooh, very mysterious. I like that. Reveal what needs to be seen. Wow. So that makes me think of the South Node in Scorpio, where things will be revealed, things that have been hidden to you. So for the air signs, there could be a secret, or someone tells you something that you weren't expecting to find out. Some information coming to light with regards to something that was hidden, or a secret, or something that you didn't know before. It may not directly be a secret as such, but it may be just something that you didn't know before. What else for the air signs this week? Ooh, Bone Collector. Wow. So this is a very shamanic energy. It's a 1. So 1s are about, you know, your healing, your independent journey. So perhaps this information that's coming out this week, and there's kind of mixed energies here for the air signs. There's some kind of information that you become privy to this week, or that you realize this week, or someone tells you, that kind of feels a bit intense, but it leads you down sort of some kind of healing journey. And there is a smoothing of the way though. So whatever this is, I don't see it as being fully shocking. It's almost like you knew, or you had a sense of it. If something comes out, the sun, wow, the sun's going into Aquarius this week, which is, you know, obviously this is the air group, and we have Virgo here. And we also have the 3rd house. Interesting. So the sun is shining a light on your communications and some detail coming out. That's, again, what this is about, sort of re-emphasizing what the cards are saying here. You could be speaking to a male person, because the sun in the 3rd house could be like either a sibling or someone from your past, male. There could be a conversation that is also about someone's health with the Virgo energy, or there could be a conversation with someone about what something needs to be done, or then something needing to be fixed, like in your building, or something needs to be fixed in either your home or your, like a communal area in a building or something like that. Can be something with these on the astro dice. And also it's shining a light on your communications, and also this week for the air signs, it's being aware of what you're communicating and being a little bit perhaps reserved for the air signs of what you're communicating, like not kind of sharing everything, being a bit cautious of what you're sharing, because you will be communicating more this week. That's what I'm seeing. All right, and lastly, the fire signs. Okay, so this is for Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Sorry, there's too many cards there. Aries, Leo, Sag. 4 of Swords. So having a little bit of a downtime this week, or a bit of a rest, or a bit of a break from something. Wow, the World. Some kind of a new cycle is happening for you as well. Let's see what's on the astrology cards, the Moonology deck. Fire signs this week. This one's jumping out. Oh, Leo, love it. Lighten up. Okay. So, yeah, try and take a load off this week. Fire signs, based on what I'm seeing here. But it's a rest card. It's end of a cycle, new beginning energy. So you may have felt like you've been through a lot. You know, this is the energy of completion. It's a Saturn, so completing cycles. Leo says, enjoy yourself a little bit, have some fun if you can, you know, do something lighthearted. It's going to benefit you. Get in touch with your inner childlike nature, your heart essence. Do something creative, or tap into something creative. Ooh, that's a heavy energy. 10. Interesting. So see, I was picking up, you might feel exhausted from having been through a lot, or having done a lot, or just being very busy. And you know, for some people this might be a bit of a struggle, but for others this is just like you need rest, is what I'm seeing. You're feeling a bit discombobulated is the word I'm getting. So try to have a rest, try to connect with nature. This feels very ungrounded to me, so watch out for ungrounding activities, things that kind of take you way off center. Like you want to get more grounded this week than anything, especially with the Saturn, but do it in a way that feels good. Like with the Leo energy, it's not doing like a full-on 1 hour cardio workout that exhausts you. It's like going out in nature and doing something that just, you know, grounds your energy in a peaceful, lovely way, because this is about resting. Okay, so that's how it's sort of speaking to me here. Neptune, yeah. Gemini, yeah. 10th house, wow. Kind of intense energies here. So there may be something creative that you want to work on this week, but don't overwhelm yourself with it, because I'm getting a bit of a burden energy for the fire signs. Take it sort of more step by step, or do things in small bursts rather than spending hours on something that doesn't need to be done. Don't fritter away your energy this week with the Neptune Gemini. It can be wasteful energy. The 10th house here is like your goals, you know, your practical life, your status, you know, what you're working towards for yourself. It's also career as well. So there could be some pressure on you. I do see it would be good if you can take some time out for yourself this week, just to rest more, or take a day off, or half a day off, whatever, you know, something like that would be beneficial. But make sure you don't waste that energy with something that's really occupying your mind in a really intense way, because it's like you actually do need that rest, fire signs. That's what I'm getting. So if the message resonates with you, great. If not, you know, maybe choose based on your rising or moon sign. But those are the messages this week. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching, and have a fantastic week, everyone. Bye.